What's going on, guys? Parker here, and I am back with another video. And today I got my top 4 NBA player props for the day. And before we get into this video, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Give this video a big thumbs up as well as leaving a comment on this video down below, because all 3 of those things really help the channel out a ton. They really help push my content out to more and more people each and every single day. And I really would appreciate it because it does help me out even more than you guys realize. And let's get the elephant out of the room here. Let's get the elephant out of the room. You guys know I talk about it. Born and raised in Northern Kentucky, diehard Kentucky basketball fan. That sucked. That was absolutely abysmal. I'm down bad about that. Obviously, I'm upset, but I'm a bigger basketball fan. Obviously, I'm a student of the game than I am a Kentucky fan. So, like, I'm down bad, but I'm still going to be watching all this tournament. The tournament was electric yesterday. It's going to be electric again today. Kind of hoping Purdue loses to a 16 seed again, just because that's so funny if it happened. But I'm down bad about that. Kentucky played like shit. 18-year-olds playing against 24-year-olds. It's just not the method in college basketball anymore. It's really not. There's something that needs to be done when it comes to that, because it really just doesn't work like it used to. And it sucks as a Kentucky fan, because my greatest memories as a kid were all that. But it's not the method anymore. It doesn't work as good as it used to. Doesn't matter how much talent you have. You see a guy like Jack Golke played the same level of basketball I played, and then he goes out and transfers through to Division One, obviously, and then he goes out and hits 10 threes against Kentucky and beats them. That is absolutely insane, and it's upsetting. But we move. Kentucky sold me a couple bets yesterday. Obviously, I placed a future on Kentucky to win it all because I'm a fan. I need that rooting interest. But it sucks. We'll move, though. But before we get into today's plays, because we're off Kentucky talk, before we get into today's plays, let me tell you a little bit about Sleeper, because Sleeper is running 2 free squares today. They're running a Zach Edey free square, 0.5 points. He will get 0.5 points. And LeBron, 0.5 points. He will get 0.5 points. He will get that one bucket. So you can get access to those free squares as well as an 100% match on your first deposit up to $500. Every other DFS app is only matching you up to 100, maybe 250. Sleeper will match you up to $500. So you want to take advantage of that, and you can get access to that, the first deposit match, as well as those 2 free squares by using code FF23. That's code FF23. It will be the top link down below in the description. And without further ado, let's get into today's 4 plays, because we've got a really good NBA slate tonight. So first off, I got Anthony Davis over 24.5 points versus the 76ers. So Davis has been struggling as of late. He hasn't been covering this line a lot recently, but this is a prime opportunity for Anthony Davis to bounce back. The 76ers allow the 6th most points per game to centers in the entire NBA this season. There's no Joel Embiid tonight, so the 76ers have nobody in the paint that can defend Anthony Davis in this matchup. He's going to be guarded by Paul Reed, Mo Bamba. He's going to be able to have his way against those two. He should be able to have a huge night. This is another game in LA, of course, as well. And we know Anthony Davis plays much better at home than he does on the road. This is an ideal matchup for Davis. He should be able to dominate. And if he doesn't cover this tonight, I think I'm done on betting on Anthony Davis this season. So Anthony Davis over 24.5 points versus the Sixers is my first play of the day. Also, Anthony Davis, holding on to the fact he's the only chip we have since I've been alive, was Anthony Davis. So Stephen Curry over 27.5 points versus the Pacers. Curry's over this line with 42 points in his first matchup versus the Pacers this season. Pacers allow the 3rd most points per game in the NBA to point guards this season. Pacers have been struggling drastically versus point guards defensively. This is an ideal matchup for Curry tonight. We know early on in the season, the Pacers were absolutely horrid versus guarding forwards, and that has switched over to now being the point guard position. The Pacers are absolutely awful at guarding opposing point guards, and this is literally the best point guard in the NBA outside Luka. And this is a matchup that Curry should be able to exploit, should be able to have a huge game. This obviously is a must-win. Not must-win, but it's a very important win. Kind of is a must-win, though, because the Rockets are slowly creeping up on the Warriors. They're slowly creeping up on the Warriors and Lakers, to be honest, but the Lakers are currently ahead of the Warriors a little bit. But, yeah, they're creeping up on the Warriors. The Warriors are going to need this win tonight, and I think they're going to be able to get it. So Curry's going to perform well. So Stephen Curry over 27.5 points versus the Pacers is my second play of the day. Next up, I got Jayson Tatum over 41.5 PRA versus the Pistons. So Tatum's over this line with 48 PRA versus the Pistons in his first matchup versus them this season. The Pistons allow the fourth most points per game in the NBA to power forwards this season, so they've not been good defensively at guarding forwards. Tatum, obviously, one of the best players in the NBA. He's over this line with ease in 6 of his last 7 versus the Pistons. This is an ideal matchup for Tatum tonight. Overall, game is likely a blowout, but the thing about the Celtics is even in blowouts, their stars get those 30 minutes. He'll get at least 30 minutes. And in 30 minutes against this shitty ass Pistons team, he should be able to cover this line. I think he's going to cover this line. So Jayson Tatum over 41.5 PRA versus the Pistons is my third play of the day. Lastly, for my fourth and final play, I got SGA over 6 assists versus the Raptors. So SGA is over this line with 14 assists in his first matchup versus the Raptors this season. The Raptors allow the third most assists per game in the NBA to point guards this season. They have struggled versus facilitating guards all season long. The Raptors force point guards to give the ball up, which is ideal for SGA to facilitate. Raptors, they like to double. They like to force pressure on the guards, which will just lead to many more assists from SGA. I think SGA gets a ton of assists tonight. I think SGA has a huge facilitating game. So SGA over 6 assists versus the Raptors is my fourth and final play. So those were my top 4 NBA player props for the day. Like I said, if you enjoyed this video and you do want to see more content from me, make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. Give this video a big thumbs up and leave a comment on this video down below, because all of those things really help the channel out a ton, and they help push my content out to more and more people each and every single day. So I really would appreciate it, guys. And doing that also, cheers me up as a Kentucky fan. I know you guys are also probably Kentucky haters, which I get it. We're pretty much the Dallas Cowboys of college basketball at this point. We really are. We're the biggest brand in the sport, and we're not getting it done. So, yeah, but I'm not no bandwagon. I'm born and raised here. But also, make sure to sign up for Sleeper today. Make sure to get access to this free LeBron James square and this free Zach Edey square. And make sure to use code FF23 for an 100% match on your first deposit up to $500. Nobody is matching that first deposit up to $500 like Sleeper is. And without further ado, guys, that's really all I got for this video. Let's get a sweep tonight, and I'll see you all in the next one. See you guys.